This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Camelia and this is Kini News. A government lawmaker has backed the education minister in her directive for school canteens to remain open throughout Ramadan. This is after the PAS Ulama wing criticized Fadlina, saying that the directive was unnecessary.
The DAP leader has urged PAS to stop politicizing Education Minister Fadlina Siddique's directive for school canteens to stay open during Ramadan. Bangi MP Shahridzan Johan said Fadlina's announcement was based on humane grounds, while PAS used the issue as political ammunition. In a statement, he said there are various reasons why canteens should remain open during Ramadan. He said in a school, some non-Muslim students and teachers do not fast. He added that even though Muslim children are taught to fast, those who have not attained puberty are not expected to. Elaborating, Shahridzan noted past instances where non-Muslim children were forced to eat in the shower room of a school and other non-suitable places during Ramadan. He questioned if they don't pity such children. Shahridzan said once again, PAS and PN have proven their political stance is incompatible with a multiracial country like Malaysia, and it is clear they are prone to issuing statements that divide the people and not unite them. He also urged PAS and PN to stop politicizing children's school canteens, as such matters should not be tainted with their narrow political leanings. He said this in response to PAS Ulama Wing Ahmad Yahya, who had accused Fadlina of creating an unnecessary polemic by assuring that school canteens will continue operating during Ramadan.
PKR's Secretary General is not surprised by the recent news of new additions to his party. Saifuddin said that they receive applications to join the party all the time.
PKR's Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has confirmed that there is interest from opposition members wanting to join his party. In an interview with Utusan Malaysia, he said there are still those who have come to see and contacted them, either at his level or to the President Anwar Ibrahim, expressing their intention to join them. However, Saifuddin stressed that PKR did not resort to elements such as coercion or threats, as the party believes in the value of individual choices. He added that news of Bersatu members joining PKR is not something rare, as they receive them all the time. The Home Minister also said that the new membership applications will be discussed at each monthly PKR Central Leadership Committee meeting. Commenting further, Saifuddin reportedly said PKR has also set several conditions for entry of high-profile individuals. Yesterday, former Bersatu Supreme Council member Muhammad Faiz Naman claimed that more of the Bersatu's leaders and pioneer members at all levels will be joining PKR. Aside from Faiz, recent entries from Bersatu to PKR include former Dengkil Assembly person Adif Shan Abdullah.
Meanwhile, a former Bersatu Supreme Council member said the party could be faced with an exodus of members and leaders. Faiz Naaman, who has just joined PKR, claimed that there's a wave of dissent across all levels.
Former Bersatu Supreme Council member Muhammad Faiz Naaman said he believes more of the party's leaders and pioneer members at all levels will be joining PKR. Faiz hinted that this could be more evident as the Bersatu Party elections, expected to take place later this year, nears. He said that the support declared for the Selangor Menteri Besar's leadership by Selat Klang Assembly person Abdul Rashid Asari is an early sign of this shift in support. According to Bernama, Faiz said as the party elections approach, he is confident that individuals who have significantly contributed to the party will find themselves marginalized due to maneuvering by the cartel faction. He said this will ultimately lead to a substantial wave of dissent across all levels against Bersatu. The former Klang Bersatu Youth Chief said he believes this shift will start in Selangor, involving members who hold positions or those involved in Bersatu's establishment. Meanwhile, Faiz said that joining PKR was an easy decision, given his prior collaboration with the PKR leadership and grassroots, particularly in Selangor, during the 14th general election when Bersatu was part of the Pakatan Harapan coalition. He said the objectives of establishing Bersatu were not significantly different from PKR, as both opposed kleptocrats and abuse of power, in turn making it easier for him to accept Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari's leadership. Yesterday, in a Facebook post, Faiz revealed that both he and former Dengkil Assembly person Adif Shan Abdullah have been accepted as PKR members. Previously, there were claims that a cartel comprising those who recently joined Bersatu were controlling the Selangor chapter. However, Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin rubbished this allegation.
An opposition MP has warned a Bersatu defector that he has to face punishment from a higher authority for his actions. The PAS rep believes the consequences of betrayal is divine retribution.
A PAS lawmaker has warned Bersatu's Selat Klang Assembly person Abdul Rashid Asari of divine retribution for turning his back on the Perikatan Nasional Coalition. Jerantut MP Khairil Nizam Kiruddin told Malaysia Kini that Rashid would not be spared from God's wrath for committing treason. He said, "We live in this world where there is a God, and one of the characteristics of believers is to stick to their promises." He added that Rashid should not give excuses and said that if it is a betrayal, it's a betrayal. However, he refused further comments on the assemblyperson's allegation that PAS seized a seat from Bersatu. Rashid recently voiced his support for the Pakatan Harapan Menteri Besar in Selangor. The assemblyperson said he was disappointed with the issue of seat distribution in PN and claimed that PAS broke the agreement. He claimed that the Kapar Parliament seat won by PAS was initially allocated to Bersatu. Previously, the former Selangor Bersatu chairperson claimed that a cartel comprising those who recently joined the party were controlling the state chapter. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin has since rubbished this allegation.
Meanwhile, the Bersatu rep, who switched support to the Selangor government, said that circumstances had forced his decision. He added that he had no intention to betray the party.
Bersatu's Selat Klang Assembly person Abdul Rashid Asari said he voiced support for Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari not by choice but was forced to do so by circumstances. The former Selangor Bersatu chief said he had no intention to betray Bersatu by backing the government. Rashid said he held Selangor for the party for 9 years and would not leave it just like that. However, he said, as he mentioned before, there's too much political manoeuvring in Bersatu and he felt sidelined. He said he did not want to do this, but if they did it to him, then he had to act accordingly. Rashid said this in response to the warning by PAS's Jerantut MP Khairil Nizam Kiruddin of divine retribution for turning his back on Perikatan Nasional. On Monday, Rashid admitted being disappointed with the way Bersatu treated him to the point he felt as if the party no longer cared about him. He had previously voiced dissatisfaction with Bersatu being led by certain individuals who had only joined the party for a day or two. Although he did not mention names, this was believed to refer to former PKR Deputy President Azmin Ali, who joined Bersatu following the collapse of the Pakatan Harapan government after the Sheraton move in 2020.
The Higher Education Minister has weighed in on the debate of whether an academician should be probed for his remarks about Chinese vernacular schools. This is what he had to say in Parliament.
The Higher Education Minister has given his view on the police probe against academician Teo Kok Siong, who made strong remarks about Chinese vernacular schools. Zamri Abdul Kadir said academicians have the right to state their views and detractors should counter with academic arguments rather than sweeping statements. In his response to PN Rep Awang Hashim in Parliament, he said academics argue based on their expertise, their backgrounds, but Teo's view was dubbed as racist. He added it is also the responsibility of others who disagree in an academic context to also counter with an academic argument. Zamri stressed there is a need to differentiate between academic arguments and ordinary statements, whether made by academicians or the public. In a TikTok video posted by the Merdeka Times, Teo claimed, among others, that vernacular schools could prevent national unity as Chinese students who were less intelligent could only master Mandarin, preventing communication with other races. DAP's Teresa Kok accused Teo of distorting the relationship between the Malay and Chinese communities with his remarks. Last Monday, Kok called for the police to probe Teo, contrasting the issue with investigations against her fellow party members Lim Kit Siang and Tony Phua.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.